there, Sonny, Catherine, Gary Spike Sr. Hello, Roger. Hello there, Roger. Denise. Liana. Welcome, Liana. Gene Hudson. Well, everybody's starting to come in. And we can't forget about Cheyenne. Hello, Cheyenne. Welcome, Catherine. So this edition is brought to you by, well, don't forget to stop by our store. I can't even talk. And look what we got in the store. All kinds of stuff. We got Bigfoot. We got decals. We got all kinds of stuff. So make sure and look at what we got. Yeah. So thank you, Appalachian Botanical Company. We got the beard wash, the beard balm, and everything. So hello there, Jennifer. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, wonderful. So anything new this weekend?
No, what is today? This is my Saturday.
Oh, is it? My whole weekend just went by like in a...
Yeah.
Hello there, Jeff. Round of applause to everybody. Nice to see you. So, you know the routine, ladies and gentlemen. I've got the wheel. It is up. So start picking your numbers there. 0, 0, 0 to 36. And as you are picking them, ladies and gentlemen, I will start putting your numbers on the board.
Everyone. Aw.
So 0, 0, 0, 36. And we'll start collecting numbers. All right. Denise, 17. Catherine, 7. Cheyenne, 13. All right. Who else? Curtis, 8. Standing Stones, 11. Jean, 14. What about you, Jennifer? I know you're wanting to tag your husband, so go ahead.
9. We'll do 9 for him.
All right. Put it on the board. Walsus, Leonard, you got 2. Jean Hudson, 14. Standing Stones, there's number 9. Number 9, all right. Let's see here. There's a couple people missing. Let's see, make sure I got 8, 14, 2. Sonny, I knew I was missing Sonny. All right, Sonny, I got you here. So let's see here. I think there's one more person. We'll give you 8 seconds, and then we will commence the wheel. All right, everybody is on the board. Let's see here. We got 17, 7, 13, 11. Oh, I missed Standing Stones. I knew I missed somebody. 8, 14, 2, 24, 9. All right. Last call. All right. Here we go. Are we sure, everybody? Before I spin the wheel. Because, once I start, I can't keep up with the comments. All right, so I'm going to switch boards. I knew Crystal, see? I knew it. Liana, see? I know. There's Gary. I should have known about Gary. Thank you, Jean. Let me make sure. Yes, all right. Now, let me click on Crystal. She must have had her finger on some Reese's Buttercups. All right, so we'll start with Denise, number 17, and here we go. Oh, I thought it came off the wheel. I had to look down. All right, here we go. Around and around, and it is, I don't know. We'll wait and see what it is. I'm not going to even see what that is until it's actually, all right, 23 red. All right, Denise, nice try. Catherine, she says 7. And it is, can she pull it off, ladies and gentlemen? And look at that. It's 20 black right next to 7. All right, Cheyenne. All right, Cheyenne says number 13. All right, number 13. All right, can she do it? And it is number 35 black. All right, Curtis. Curtis, every time I see her name, I can't help from laughing because of what you've done at Salt Fork. But I still love you, brother. It's funnier than hell. All right, Curtis says number 8. And it is, let's see. Oh, man, it's 31. No, it was 2 numbers over from 8. I thought he had it. All right, wow. Gene Hudson, 14. Let's see what Gene comes up with. 14. And let's see here. All right, here. And it is number 7, red. All right, Leonard. Number 2. Oops, let me give it another spin here. Leonard, number 2. And it is, I can't even read it. It's going around so fast. 31 black. All right. And Jennifer's husband, number 9. All right. And it is 17 black.
Ooh.
All right, Sonny. Let's see what comes up. You said number 24. And the number will be,
My goodness.
and it rolls on to, 36, right next to 24. Look at that.
Wow.
Standing Stone says number 11. All right, Standing Stones. I just feel like he got closer to his device for some reason. And it is number 9, red. All right. So then we got Liana, number 17.
A lot of these are like so close to the number they
Yes, they are like right next to it.
Yeah.
Liana, can you pull it off? Number 17. And it is it going to stick? 35 black. All right, Gary, double zeros, right? Double zeros.
And it's been hovering around those too.
All right. Uh-oh. It came off and it moved. Oh, no. 33 black. All right, Crystal. Can you pull it off, Crystal? 25. And, it moved. Not once, but twice. 0, green. All right, Liana, it's up to you. 17. 17. Can she do it? Oh, it landed on it. It went to 18. Yes, it went to 18. All right.
Oh.
So, well, go figure. Isn't that something? Daggone it. No winners tonight. So, figure that. So, let me put my little thing up here so I don't lose it. And we'll stick that out of the way. So, we tried, ladies and gentlemen. Go figure. So, everybody have a good weekend. Can you believe it's almost already over? So,
I know.
Standing Stone got booted for what? So, anyways, what's going on? So, who do we have backstage?
We have a friend of mine, Matt. He actually used to live down the street from me, and they moved out of the area. And he's been driving rideshare for the past few years. And we talked about thinking, I bet he's got some stories for us. Because they used to have that show, was it Taxi Cab Confessions?
Yes.
Kind of raunchy based, but, still. What happened? Rideshares can't be any different.
Well, true.
And he worked around me for a while. So this neighborhood.
Right.
It's a lot of drunk people.
All right, let's bring them on and we'll get started with the show. So, Matt, introduce yourself. Tell us a little about yourself.
My name is Matt. I am, I would say in my 2.5 year of driving people around. I've probably driven at this point about 10,000 rides, about 150,000 miles, I would bet, and seen a lot of humanity in that time. And I think in my earliest hopes, it was going to be the taxi cab confessions. I just get these incredible stories of humanity coming out. didn't really happen that way, but I guess that's life.
Wow. Unbelievable. So what we usually do in the beginning of the show, you got to keep a straight face, all right? So we're going to tell a few dad jokes, and you got to keep a straight face.
Love that.
And then Catherine, I got your question marked, and I'll ask him that. Hello, Mort. Welcome to the show. Give me a round of applause there. So, all right. So here we go. The food they serve to guards can last for centuries.
Mm.
I don't get it.
Is there more?
No, it's it. Right. How do construction workers party?
Don't know.
They raise the roof.
Duh.
Well, tree trimmers do such a fantastic job, they should take a bow.
What?
I have no idea.
Say that
Don't
again.
take a bow.
A bow. Yeah. Well, I don't say bow, but I don't know about these. The librarian did not know what to do with the book about Tesla's love electricity, so they filed it under current affairs.
Oh, jeez.
Centuries is another word for guard, Liana says. Well, I'm glad you do, Liana. What the hell?
A centurion, yeah.
Thank you, Liana. Oh, centurion. Okay. All right. Thanks, Liana. Maybe I should have you on the show then. After manually rotating the heavy machinery, the worker grew pretty cranky.
Oh, these are different
What
levels.
the hell? The carpenter came round the other day. He made the best interest I've ever seen.
What? Thank you, Catherine.
Mort is laughing. What the hell, Mort? Are you getting these, Mort? Because I'm not. So everybody else is getting these jokes. I'm not getting anything. Telling a demonologist how to do his job is destructive criticism. I got that one. That one's not bad. An old artist never retire. What do? They withdraw.
Oh.
All right. The key to job searching is looking deep within yourself. It's all about the interview. That's kind of cute.
Oh.
That is kind of cute.
That one's a good one.
Yeah, that's not bad. I ain't reading that one. The pilot was a loner, but even for himself, flying a drone was simply too remote.
Oh.
No, that's so funny.
What type of shirt does an astronaut wear? A polo shirt. Mort's down here dying, Mort. Do I need to give you CPR? Cheyenne's like, that was cheesy. I slept like a dog. Oh, a dog. Excuse me. I slept like a log during the night shift. And I was axed when I was awake.
Oh.
That's like an 11-year-old joke. I love that.
Yeah, right. The incompetent telegrapher was a weapon of Morse destruction.
Ooh.
Oh.
I don't know. A friend of mine tried to annoy me with bird puns, but I soon realized that the toucan playing at that game. What the hell?
Oh.
You get it, toucan?
Yeah.
I didn't get it at first, so I read it again. Anyways.
Oh.
The deer grabbed the gun and gave the hunter a taste of his own venison. Own venison? Do you get that? He's laughing. I don't get it.
I'm like, I'm trying to picture. I mean, I guess deer's venison, but how'd that work?
I don't know.
The taste of his own medicine, but the taste of his own venison.
I don't know.
Oh, why did the bee get married?
Why?
Because he found his own honey.
Oh.
Whatever, Cheyenne. She got it. What did the buffalo say to his son when he left for college? Bison.
That one's good.
Why do seals swim in salt water?
I don't know.
Because pepper makes them sneeze.
Oh.
Pig puns are really boring. All right, we're good.
Oh, geez.
So, anyways, people are getting these, and I don't even get the damn things.
Oh my God.
So, Cheyenne, you wouldn't believe the response I get off some of these people. Email me the next day, especially off the audio. So,
really?
Oh yeah. Stop. I'm back. I did stop, Crystal. What the hell? You probably got them too, didn't you, Crystal? She cracks me up. So the question I got for you, Matt, have you driven anyone around that they might want to know about?
No.
Damn, that was a straight up no.
I haven't really had any famous people, unfortunately. I think the most recent person was Masterpiece tour manager. I actually gave him a ride. We had a fantastic conversation about Ticketmaster. Who knew? He told me like the whole backstory about what it's like to work for Live Nation. It was like, oh wow. Which is kind of interesting because then now it's all in the news right now. But yeah, they own everything.
Yeah, they're trying to break them up for monopoly.
Yeah,
really. Did you deliver any babies?
No. I try to stay away from that territory too. But I have brought somebody to the hospital. I have done that.
That's interesting.
Like the ER?
Yeah, she actually was having some kind of episode and started having seizures in the back seat, and it was kind of a harrowing moment. But I got her there. I've never seen that many people at an emergency room like flock to a vehicle before. But
wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever do anything funny to people that you drove? Because I have.
Oh,
I
yes.
have.
Yes.
So we had this one panhandler, right, that we kept locking up. And yeah, I got your question, Denise. I'll ask them. And I got a call from my lieutenant. And my lieutenant told me to call him. And I called him. He was like, so-and-so's up there at Walmart. And I was like, man, we keep locking them up. He said, go get them and go take him up to the truck stop and drop them off. I was like, damn, you talking to one up there on 64? I'm like, that's a long ways away. He said, just go get it. Just go do it and get rid of them. So I'm like, all right. So it was a long way. So, man, I went and he was like, I guess you're going to lock me up. I'm like, not tonight. And I was like, put your hands on the hood. I pat him down. I popped the trunk, threw all his bags in the trunk, and I pushed him in the back seat. He's like, where are we going? I was like, shut up. Don't say a word. And I hit the interstate and I was gone. And he's like, where are we going? I was like, you're going somewhere where you're not going to return. Dude was freaking out, man. He was praying. He was like, where are you taking me? I was like, you're not going to return where I'm taking you. Man, he had no idea. We were passing cars. He was like, where are we going? I was like, chop. And this is like 1:30 at night too. And man, we were passing exit after exit and he was like tripping. And we got up the truck stop. It was like 37 minutes later and pulled right up in the middle of this gas station. I popped open the door, pushed him out, grabbed his bags, throwed him out. And I took off. Everybody's like, what the hell's going on? Man, they were freaking out. I left them.
Oh, you don't see that kind of thing out of
Man, people are like, what the hell? And people were grabbing the kids and like, come here. I took off. So yes.
That jogs my memory. I actually did something somewhat similar. It wasn't involved, but these two guys got in the car and they're really drunk, and it's also like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I started to drive them, and they asked me. They called me by the wrong name. And so I just said, who's John? And they're like, well, we're going here. I'm like, no, you're not. Well, aren't you our Lyft? It's like, no, I'm not. You should be more careful whose car you get into.
That's wild. That's
Where are we
wild.
going? That you'll find out later. And they were like, "Stop the car now!" Yeah, and I let
That's
them out.
wild.
It was totally the right people.
Yeah. Denise is asking, did you have anybody that did not want to pay?
No, because they have to pay already basically to get in the car. I have thrown people out though.
Oh,
I've only
really?
I've only thrown out one person in all those people through the years. He didn't want to pay, but he already paid.
Sonny's asking, did you drive anyone that later showed up on the news as a killer?
No, I haven't. That would be something. I've had a lot of eerie experiences though with like picking somebody off and the place that they get dropped off is very, very, very unusual. I was thinking about it just the other day. There's this guy that I dropped off in the middle, like way, way in the West Bank, almost to like Lafitte. Like we're in the middle of nowhere. And we get to this again at 3 a.m. We get to this gate of this community and it doesn't open. It's like the guard stand is there and nobody's there. The gate won't open. And suddenly behind me, there's this white van that had been parked on the side. Now it's behind me and can't move. And I'm like starting to get a little paranoid now. And the van backs up and moves a little bit away. The guy gets out of the car and the van chases the guy out of the car and they run away in the opposite direction. I'm like, is somebody getting kidnapped right now?
Oh,
Like,
my God.
oh my God. Because I think he had followed us. It was like a whole weird thing. Nobody serial killery though. Yeah. Next one, I guess. We'll find out.
Catherine asked, any weird or unbelievable stories that people have told you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This one woman told me that, and they were all going out for a friend's birthday, and I don't even know how we got onto this topic because everybody's in a great mood and blah blah blah, and she's sitting next to me in the front seat, and she's like, "Yeah, there's this one time that I got picked up by this guy in his car, and we're going to my house. He's dropping me off. She had been at a concert, and he passes the street that they would have had to turn off to get to where she was going, and she said, "You missed my street." He's like, "Well, you're not going home tonight." And she suddenly said that she just thought, "I'm about to throw up in your car." And that guy pulled over instantaneously. Somehow they were still like by somewhere there were people. And she like ran out of the car. He actually chased her out of the car. And she was like, "I had my knife on me. I was about to get it." I was like, "Oh God." That was one. There was a woman who she had never driven in her life, and she has been on like 12,000 rides. She had like the most rides of anyone I've ever seen. She had a driver call the police on her, and he came back to her house later and got into her house. And she called the police on him because he wants her to pay more money for the ride that they took earlier. I'm like, that's
What?
like, what the F is that?
He broke into her house?
I was like, how did he get into the house? And she said, I don't know. Suddenly he's in the front entryway. And I'm like, dude, that's scary. Men drivers are crazy. I mean, I'm there too, I guess, in some ways, but not like that.
So can you like see, like, do drivers leave comments about the riders? Like, can you see on your side, like, the last ride, the driver said this person was a real jackass or
no,
rude or anything like that?
no, that'd be so helpful, but no. They and in fact, it's a big thing too. There's so many people. I'd say like 50% of women travel under men's names, and so it's like sometimes you think you're picking up a man, it's a woman.
Why do they do that for?
Because they don't want these creepy drivers who are men to be like, I'm gonna go pick up Susan. I'm gonna give her my phone number. That happens all the time too. Apparently, like it's a big opportunity. Oh God, like so many women.
So you got sex craving maniacs picking up women to go back and try to hook up with these. What?
All over. I hear stories about this all the time. And like, yeah, it's totally a safety thing, or they get dropped off not at their real destination. Like the address is a block away from where their house is. It's what people got to do these days. It's wild.
Look at this. Santeria White. Hey there. I'm from Minnesota. I'm going on a tour with your group in a few weeks. Can't wait. I'm also learning a lot about share rides. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Catherine's like, yeah, safety. What the hell, man? Some girl getting in my car with the man's name. I'm pulling out my piece.
Yeah.
I'm like, get the hell out. Yeah.
I mean, I got to the point where it's like, I don't even see who's getting in the car anymore. It's like, just, we're going. I have no idea. Yes. Which I'm sure some people are like, oh my God, that's insane. But it's like, I couldn't remember anybody almost. Sometimes because it's one right after the other.
Mort's asking, did anybody propose to each other in your car?
No, but I have been inappropriately touched by a lot of drunk women.
What?
Oh yeah, like coming over from the back seat. They're like, their hands coming over that, and I always flip out.
What the hell?
What's going on? Oh, I thought you were my husband, and all kinds of stories.
Well, no wonder everybody's trying to be a Uber or a Lyft. Sonny, I'm beside myself. I don't know nothing about this.
There's a lot going on out there.
So, do you have like? Well, I'm trying to put this in a way to not. I know you talk about remote.
Henry says that's a showstopper. I mean,
there are some very questionable clubs here in our area. Did you ever drop off or pick up from some of those? You know where I'm.
Wait, you're saying clothes?
Clubs.
Oh, clubs. Oh, well, I mean, the whole swingers convention, anytime that's in town, that's just a riot.
Yeah, that's coming up in June.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen with that thing. Yeah, I actually had to intervene. Like, we're not going to do that in the back of the car today.
what?
We're not. Yeah, we're not doing that just yet. You know?
Are you serious?
Oh, a lot of people just feel like suddenly they're in like a private zone. One of the funniest things I think also that I did for a while, because I really hate it when people call me. Like, I can barely text. It's like we just show up and meet. I can't listen to you tell me I'm wearing a Saints jersey and you're picking up, somebody in a Saints game with 40,000 other people. It's like, yeah, I bet you're wearing a Saints jersey.
Yeah.
But so I would put on there that, I just want to get text messages. Well, apparently that on Lyft tells people that you're hard of hearing or you might be deaf. And so people would come in and they'd be like, hi, can I sit here? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, I thought you were deaf. And for a long time, I didn't know what they're talking about because I didn't know that it triggered this thing. And so when I figured it out, I just went along with it. Cause I'm like, sometimes I just wanted people to think I was deaf so that, they wouldn't like try to make small talk, but then they would think, oh, this dude can't hear me. We're just going to talk about it. And so the things people would say, and I'd be like, I can hear you. And it would flip them out every time.
Oh man.
Or there's two times where one of them, this woman gets in the car and they start talking. And I said something like, so are you going to, this club at this place? They're like, oh my God, I thought you're deaf. You don't look deaf. It's like, oh, what does that look like? And also, these people in the backseat, they're just whispering. And I'm like, secrets don't make friends back there. And they're like, we didn't want you to think we're talking about you because you're deaf. I'm like, so you were whispering? Like, it makes no sense.
Did anyone start like signing at you?
Yes. Like.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what you're doing.
So Brian Barber's asking, has Matt ever had a passenger who scared him or threatened you?
Oh yeah. There was a passenger that kind of he scared me. I don't think that he meant to, but he really scared me because I picked him up again because I used to do a lot of overnight driving. So a lot of people I would pick up at 3:30 in the morning. And this one guy, he had broken down and he needed a ride back home. Well, and back home was like all the way across the causeway in like Lacombe, Louisiana, which is the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it is.
And we get off the highway, and when you exit the highway, there's like no lights. And then he starts talking like, "My mom and dad were the best people," and he just starts talking about his parents in this very weird way. And I'm going home to my mama and daddy right now, and I'm going to tell you how we get there. And so we just keep turning down like another road, and the forest gets closer and closer and closer. And he's just telling me just this weird story about his parents. And he's like, "I just live down here on the left, just the last house on the left." And literally I turn onto the street, and it's like the trees are lining this one street, and it just goes like into nothingness. And we get to the end of the street, and it's just like there's no more street. It just dead ends in the middle of the forest, basically. And I'm like, this is when I get hit in the head with a flashlight, and like nobody ever sees me again.
Oh no.
Because there's like nowhere to go. And he just gets out of the car in the middle of the woods and just walks to his house somewhere. And I was like terrified. I couldn't even turn around. I had to like back out of this whole street forever. And have I had somebody threaten me specifically though too? Yeah, I somebody left a gun in my car once, and it was during Mardi Gras actually, and
Oh,
and she left the gun in the back of the car, and she actually threatened me to bring it back to her. I'm like, I think that doesn't work, because she already left your gun in my car. A gun I still have, by the way, too, because I tried to turn it into NOPD, and like nobody would meet me. So I still have
What the hell? Are you serious?
I went to the station 3 times, and I could give the gun to no one. So I still have it. I still have the gun.
welcome to our neck of the woods.
Yeah.
That's some law enforcement right there.
Oh,
Notice I'm not shocked.
Richard said, "Here comes a pawn shop."
I know.
Yeah.
It's actually a nice gun. It was in like a Coach handbag too. I'm like, wow.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So what about, we also have Southern Decadence. Did you drive during that?
I have been shocked by the number of gay people I've not driven, because I'm a gay man, and I'm thinking this is going to be the time, and I'm taking people during Decadence to like the museum. I'm like, what's happening here? My biggest time though is the swingers convention. I don't know. People have propositioned me to join them from the swingers convention.
What the hell?
Oh yeah. A lot of women have propositioned me too at the swingers convention, and also during Essence Fest. I get a lot of
Oh wow.
propositions during Essence Fest.
Yeah, I was telling Grizz that Swingers Convention sells out 9, just the approved hotels.
Oh, yeah.
900 rooms. 900 hotel rooms.
Yeah, and like you said, that's just the ones that are the official rooms.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And they have no shame.
Anyone naked in your car?
Just about, yeah. I still have a video. I found this on my Google Drive the other day, because I have a dash cam that records everything, and usually it just records over itself. But there's this one, and I went back and looked at it. I hadn't seen none of this. This woman basically changed in my back seat. She was completely nude. Just changed her whole clothes. I'm like, when did this happen? Like she was really good at it, I guess. I mean, I didn't even see it, like clothing moving around. But she did that. She did it. Surprisingly had no one puke in the car either.
Really? I'm shocked.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one shocks me. Not the
I
gun, but the puke. Yeah.
I thought it would be a given. But no. I even had these like giant 2-gallon Ziplocs, like just in case.
Oh wow.
Put your head in here now.
I would.
Yeah.
Upside down pineapples. Yes, Phillips. There's a lot of them.
I didn't know what pineapples were until I saw it on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's the upside down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. They have a whole like
It's
theme
like a
day.
hanky code almost.
Yeah, it's weird.
Matt, anyone have an accident in your taxi, like tinkle or anything?
Yes. Yes.
No.
And I don't think it was just a tinkle either, if you catch my drift.
Oh.
Thank the dear sweet Lord for seat covers. I also had this woman cough up this enormous phlegm globber. Like, and she's like, "Do you have a paper towel?" I'm like, "Oh God, we really don't want to go back there and take a look at this."
Got to keep those exam gloves handy for you.
Oh my God.
Richard's asking, do you upcharge for disinfection?
I should. Oh my God. I have like a whole arsenal. Like I've gotten great at stain removal actually because of that. Just having so many people in the car.
That is another career path later, huh?
It certainly is. I've done some like museum level restoration. I'm assured of it.
Wow.
So, what about cocktails? Did you, I mean, because, here everyone's got, walk around with them. Did they get in your car or?
Oh, wow. I used to allow it. Because I just didn't want, everybody gets all bent out of shape and you're like, no, you can't. It's New Orleans, me. So I just acquiesced for a while, and then I realized it only takes one jackass spilling some tequila in the car before then you're somebody's turning you in for drunk driving, calling up for turning you get just shut off the app, or should the cops pull you over, which happens. Suddenly they're like, why does it smell like tequila in here? That being said, I've also been like just shown right through a sobriety checkpoint just because of having a sticker on my car that said Lyft. They're just like, come on through.
Really?
Oh,
They
yeah.
just assumed you weren't.
Oh, I was totally sober, but I mean, they're just like, whatever, come on. It's like a golden ticket sometimes.
Wow. What's your most absolute worst passenger that you would never pick up again?
Sorority girls from Tulane, hands down. Hands down, the rudest people on planet Earth. Well, I like won't even go over there anymore. It's just not worth it. They're horrible.
It's a very prestigious, very expensive university here.
Yeah.
And I managed a restaurant uptown, and some of those girls were my employees.
Yeah, I mean, they're vicious.
They do not tell them no if they want off work. I mean, it was wow. It was toddler tantrum fest.
Do you make them pay for damages?
Well, I think a lot of people know now that if you like leave, if you do anything, you could be charged $250 by Uber or Lyft.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Good.
So if somebody like vomited all in your car and you like send them pictures of it, you got to pay $250 for that. So I think that turns a lot of people like into the light.
Yeah. Do people bring animals?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. no crazy animals, no like ferrets or anything like that, but lots of dogs, which are for the most part beautifully behaved, but you can tell when some people have just like no idea how to treat an animal, and it's just like going nuts. You're like,
No.
I think I might need to take this dog from you, actually.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
So no possums, nothing like
No
that.
possums. One snake. I will say that one snake,
Oh,
which is not like, I actually had owned a snake at one point, so I didn't really mind it that much. But
oh.
and it was a big one, so it wasn't like it's gonna get out in the car.
Yeah, I wish you would play some audio and video. That's what Brian's asking.
Oh, you
I
know
didn't
what?
even know you had that.
Maybe some other time. Yeah,
We
there's
together a
some
compilation.
classics that I have actually.
Anybody ever pass out in your car? Denise is asking.
Oh, absolutely. There was two people. The one was troubling though, because it was her friend left her alone. It was two drunk girls, and they split going somewhere, to each their respective places. And so the second one was just like passed out in the back seat and like unrousable. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to take her to the police station, because I'm not like gonna be the last person to see her alive. And like it's just not gonna happen. So I had to take her to the police station.
What did the police do?
Get her out of my car. Because I didn't want to be like, I just let this drunk girl wander out into the darkness.
Well, but you also don't want to be
accused of anything either.
Exactly. No, totally.
Any sex in the car. Unfortunately. I mean, I don't think it was like full on anybody on top of each other, but there's been some hand jobs in the car for sure. Oh yeah. And there's been some attempted other things, but I don't have those cleaning supplies.
Again, thank God for seat covers, right?
That's exactly right.
Wow.
You can burn those things. Because there's just smells. Somebody gets out of the car, and you're like, oh, I know what that is. Okay, all right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, like, we have some characters in our area. So, did anyone that get in that just scared the crap out of you? Like,
yeah. Well, that girl that I mentioned that I took to the emergency room, she scared the bejesus out of me. I wished I'd had it on camera too, because it was such like a moment in time.
yeah.
With me on the 911 with the person. I was cursing her out. Hospital. But the girl, before I knew what was happening, before she started having seizures, she was talking to people in the car. And she was having this whole conversation like, and I told you I would kill you. And she's just like flipping out.
To like nobody?
And I'm like, to nobody. I'm like, dude, we're about to have to drive to Houma, which is like 90 minutes from here. Like, I don't know if we can do this the whole time.
Oh,
but yeah,
no.
She became very aggressive and was like talking to people who weren't in the car. She was hitting stuff. There was a guy once I picked up at the casino he said he had just lost everything, which I kind of believed him, because he started like punching everything in the car. He was like flipping out, being very aggressive. And I was like, dude, you can't do that in here. Like, you got to keep it down. He's like, I'm sorry. And then you just like wig out again. And I'm just like, you got to get out of the car. Like, it's just, they flip out. People can be a little much.
We have a local Uber driver that's a disco bar. I love it.
Wow.
Yeah, I usually keep a pretty chill vibe in my car. I got like a whole album selection. It's like oral Valium, I call it. We're keeping it nice and relaxed in there at all times, for all of those reasons. People flipping out and trying to get it on and whatnot.
Oh,
wait a minute. What do you do? Put the clientele in the mood?
Yeah, sometimes I think it's a little too effective, but sometimes Like I've had people be like, "Oh my god, I totally passed out taking a nap in your car.
So
It's a
like
little too relaxing." I'm like, "That's
That's
meditation
wow.
music,
yeah, good for you. Got some in you."
Blair staying alive.
Yeah, and sometimes
Unbelievable.
open Marvin Gaye. Let's get it on.
And then end with Luther Vandross.
Oh yeah, baby. Absolutely.
Anyone
I
make
had
you
a guy give me drugs in the car too. Actually,
you what?
a guy gave me a handful of ecstasy once.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, thank you. I haven't done that since like 1997, but I just took it. It was wild. I was like, "Why? How does that your next choice?" But I guess he was like paying me, maybe give me a tip.
Wow.
The drug. Oh my
Drugs.
Wow.
Oh no. Anyone make you stop? Like do stops along the way that some were kind of odd?
Like where? I mean, I've taken people to weed dispensaries.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. I had this happened in Baton Rouge like this past week. Like she was on her lunch break and she's like, it's ready. I just gotta go make a pickup. And we go to the weed dispensary. There was like 75 people at the weed dispensary. I'm like, this place is bumping at lunchtime. Like
They got the munchies.
Yes, they do.
get through the rest of the workday.
That's their job.
What's your favorite passenger story?
Oh, it was these two guys that I picked up at Toulouse and North Rampart, which is just at the top of the French Quarter. It was the middle of the day. I had like my chill jazz vibes going on. And I just literally drove them like around the quarter down Esplanade to Decatur Street. And it was maybe 8 minutes in the car. And the guy is talking to his friend and he's telling him about his dad that died. And I know that this is such a downer. No, it's not. By the time we get out of the car, or they get out of the car, he's like, I think I just processed all of the feelings about my dad's death in this vehicle right now. And it was like, I think we just had a special moment. They were like, thank you. They tipped me like $25. It was it was really kind of just like, what just happened here? But it was so nice.
Hit every step of the grieving process in your car.
He really did.
Oh my God.
And one of my other favorites too is I pick up this couple after Jazz Fest, and I just got the vibe. I just turned the music off, and nobody said a word the entire time. I just drove them straight to the airport, and they tipped me like $40. And it was like, I think they were like Jazz Fested out. They didn't want to hear anything. They didn't want to talk about anything. They didn't want to talk to each other. And they were like so thankful for it. It was like
that is a very large music festival in a on a racetrack.
Yeah.
Field. It's hot.
It's really, and it's muddy occasionally. Yep.
So John's asking, you ever picked up anybody that turned out to be a ghost or just vanished?
I wish. That'd be really cool.
Crystal, anybody ever complain about your driving? Fast, slow?
Yeah, but they do it after the fact. I get like these notices. Your driving is considered dangerous to some of our passengers. I'm like, listen, it's New Orleans. This is survival of the fittest.
Hey, they drive like, I mean, they're nuts down there.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. When I was down there for Katrina hit, man, I was like, what in the hell? I couldn't believe how they drove down there.
It is every person for themselves.
Yes. The red light is a suggestion.
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
And then you got the pedestrians that cross whenever, however, wherever. The bicycles.
I literally thank God that I played video games as a kid because it taught me, like Frogger, like I think taught me how to drive.
And Mario Kart too.
Absolutely.
Oh no, Cheyenne, you have no idea.
It's
I was like, what the hell's going on? I thought there was an emergency at first.
It's like driving in India. I think it's like livestock and riots are about to happen. It's like unbelievable.
Now it's the golf carts and
The party buses. Those
Yes.
things are wild.
they've got a pedal one now.
They
That's not
do.
a
That's like
bar.
a bar. I like it because they have the porta potty like bungee corded to the
They
to
do.
the trailer. I'm like, what happens if you hit a pothole in that thing?
The porta potty.
Catherine's asking, did anybody confess to a crime?
Oh, wow. A crime. No, I don't think so. But I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for that. That's like, that could happen in New Orleans. There could be a criminal happening and, doing anything at any time.
Just have to get this off my chest.
Yeah. God, there was one other story that I was trying to remember. Oh, this is one that I always wish I had known what happened. Because I get in the car, this couple gets in the car. I picked them up. It's like being a Christmas party, and they're all dressed really fancy, and she's like, I'm sorry, and the husband is pissed, and she's like, I think everybody's going to forget about it, and he's like, I don't think that's anything anybody forgets about, and she's like, I think that my career is over. And he's like, yeah, I think so too.
Uh-oh.
And they just get into a huge fight in the car. They're like, I'm not even there. How could you have done this? And it's like, what happened at that Christmas party?
Wow.
Like, what did she do?
Oh my God.
I tell you, one of the Christmas parties I went to, the husband's wife got sloshed and she started twerking.
I'm like,
Yes.
Did she hang out with her boss or something? Like, make a pat on somebody?
Richard's like, I would have asked.
Yeah. I'm sorry, excuse me, you too. What is it she did?
Yes. So, oh God. I'm thinking there's this one where this guy got it and this woman got in the car and she was sober. He was wasted. And he had just proposed to her and she said no. And he was like gay as Christmas. Like there's just no way around it. And he's like, but I think you'd make a great wife. And she's like, I think you might find somebody else you like better. And then they get me involved. What do you think about this? And I was like, sometimes life works out in the way that it has to.
Yeah.
And you are going to find the person that makes you happy, and it's just not her.
Uh-oh.
And it was so embarrassing though. But it was funny. I thought it was funny, but I was like, dude, this guy's not getting it. He's not taking no for an answer either. Like he kept trying to like re-persuade her, and she's like, she wanted to say, "You're gay, John. You're gay," but she just didn't say it. Taxi driver and life coaster is absolutely true.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely true. People tell you a lot of problems.
Serena's asking about driving again in New Orleans. Serena, let me tell you something. They don't use turn blinkers. They cut you off. They run stoplights. They don't believe in stop signs. It's like a racetrack. They don't believe in speed limits.
No. And more cars that you've ever seen flipped over in your entire life.
Oh yeah. I mean,
yes.
the French Quarter is all one-way streets. That's optional too.
Yeah. I've seen a guy going 40 miles an hour down Poydras on Tuesday at 11 a.m., which is like a major downtown roadway. Like, dude, it's very, very clear you're going the wrong way. He doesn't care.
So my husband wants an old pickup truck with a cattle guard on the front.
Yeah.
And a bull. Can you imagine Chris with that and a bullhorn? So he can nudge people going too slow.
He wants an urban assault vehicle, as I've called it.
And give driving advice. The bullhorn. I said, no, not until you have a really large life insurance policy.
Yeah.
You will not make it through a day.
Yeah, you got to have the like bullhorn on the car. Get out of the car, sir. You know.
Yeah.
Crystal's asking, have you ever had a witch or voodoo person in your car that gave you the creeps?
Yeah, I've had a lot of people give me the creeps before. They have like a really kind of dark energy because I'm very like attuned to that, and you can feel it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, we're gonna just get to the drop off point here. We're just gonna get right there.
Just make it through.
Have a nice day. Bye now. Thanks. Because they're there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They are. It. Yes. Hello, moon.
Do you ever fire sage in your car?
Oh God, that's such a great idea. I think I did a Palo Santo thing for a while, actually, but the sage.
You know, the bad spirits here, they smoke that sage. I mean, you got to start at Palo Santo, work up to frankincense, and maybe some, we might have to break out the camphor at some point.
Wow.
It can get pretty dark. Well, you said you drove through that one area, Ruddock. There's a town here that was destroyed by a hurricane, and in like the early 1900s, yet there's still an exit for this town that does not exist. And you said your car went nuts.
Oh yeah, among other things. I mean, it's like the car. All of the exterior warnings on the car went off at once. So like, the warning you're going to back into something, or there's a car in front of you, or the sides on the Tesla actually all have it. They all went off simultaneously. Had the rate.
That's one of our Bigfoot areas.
Yeah, it's major energy over there.
Yeah,
that's another show.
I know, right?
Brian wants to know: have you ever lost it on somebody?
Oh, absolutely. That was the one person I kicked out of the car. And he was a frat guy from Tulane. Go figure.
Sonny wants to know. I can't even ask you without laughing. Have you drove around with topless women during Mardi Gras?
I wouldn't say like completely topless, but I mean, basically, like, I've seen pasties in the car. I've seen bras in the car. I've seen painted, like Jennifer knows sometime, like painted over, like latex body paint.
Yep.
For sure.
If it is during Mardi Gras for men and women, as long as you have the junkage areas covered,
ideally.
Covered can mean body paint. You are fine.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
All right, so we can't wrap up the show unless we watch a couple of videos.
Yeah.
So this one guy, he does his videos, Matt, that I don't know how he gets away with it, but he ends up getting the tire beat out of him in action. Here we go.
Basura. Mom, me, yeah. Me, basura. Thank you. Basura. Okay. Thank you. Basura. Basurita, thank you. What the fuck? Basura. Okay.
So he acts like he's blind. Yeah. And he goes around, plays jokes on people. But he actually got the tire beat out of him because he does this in the hood all the time.
Oh, God.
I thought it was funny. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I thought it was funnier than hell. But I can't play the other ones he does because they get so graphic. But this one was sent in to us by a viewer, and she knows who she is. But let me cue this one up and make sure I got the volume on and action. This one is pretty good. Let me share the screen here. And here we go.
Hello?
Hi, my name is Madison Wells. I'm calling from the Reproductive Medical Center. I would like to speak with Aaron.
This is he. What can I help you with?
We're calling because according to our records, it looks like you were a previous donor 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just going to confirm your birth date with you to make sure that we have the right person. March 19.
That's it. Can I ask, what's this concerning? What's going on here?
Well, we have an update on a specimen you previously donated.
What does that mean?
It means we had a situation happen with a couple who were the benefactors of your specimen.
Okay, again, like, yeah,
Yeah, they had a baby, and now that child is a teenager.
great. What does this have to do with me? I don't.
Well, the couple is having issues with the child. Apparently, the boy is not doing his homework. He's, glued to his phone, ditching out at family events.
That all sounds like normal teenage stuff. I don't understand. What does that have to do with me?
Well, he's your son. And so the parents would really appreciate if you could talk with him.
What? No.
Yeah.
Like, no. You don't call a sperm donor and ask me to talk to their teenager. He's not mine. I have nothing to do with this kid.
Well, genetically, that's not true. And the parents actually contacted me to make sure that I get in touch with you to sort this matter out.
Sounds like the parents can do a better job of parenting their child. So please, no thanks.
Yeah, I understand that, but they have said that they've tried everything. And so they're turning to you now. This is a last resort situation.
I said no. All right, stop asking me to talk to their teenager.
Okay. I guess I'll just have to tell them that you declined their request.
Tell them that, please.
So there is a good chance if the parents can't resolve the differences with the child, you will have legal custody of him.
What? What are you talking about?
When you came to our clinic years ago, you filled out a lot of forms, and one of them was a return policy of sorts.
No way. No way. No.
I'm sorry, Aaron. It says it right here. If you look at Article 5, page 3, if a child is returned, then it becomes a responsibility of the donor. That's you, Aaron.
Insane. That's insane.
So I take it you didn't read the fine print. You didn't go through the entire waiver before donating.
As a 22-year-old 15 years ago, I'm probably pretty sure I missed that Article 5C. Yeah.
I know I'm not directly involved in this, but in my opinion, you're coming off as kind of self-centered.
What?
Think about those poor parents that are having to deal with your nightmare child.
I did my part, and they got a child out of the deal. I'm sorry if they're terrible parents and can't figure that shit out. But look, lady, it doesn't matter if I sign the paper or not. I have a wife, and she has no idea I even went to the sperm bank because it was 15 years ago.
She knows all about it, Aaron.
You called my wife?
Yeah, she actually is the one that called us, Aaron, and wanted us to play a prank on you. This is actually Brooke from Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning doing a phone tap on you.
Oh my God.
Wasn't that good?
That was good. Was good.
What the heck? Don't you think that his wife should know about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, my wife don't know. You better not call. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. So, so thank you for the viewer that sent that in. I did. I wanted to play that. So I thought it was kind of cute, too. That was a good joke. So, yes.
That was good. That was really good.
Yes.
The return policy was perfect.
I was just 22 years old. Well, yeah, it was. Return policy, right, Brian? But, man,
she did
thank you so much. Yeah, she did. But, man, thank you so much for coming on. I enjoyed it. So, yes. And if you also have if you're a driver and want to become on the show, email us or get a hold of Jennifer. It's bigfootgrizz@gmail.com, or get a hold of Jennifer and we'll get you on the show to tell your stories, just like Matt. It'd be funny as heck to hear some of your stories or share your video. Man, I know you all go through some wild stuff out there. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So everybody, Denise, Brian, everybody's saying thank you, and Sonny saying thank you for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure. So absolutely.
Tell your mom and dad I said hi. Gumbo was my dog was trying to peek through and say hi, so he misses Uncle Robert.
I'll tell him.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, from coast to coast around the world, you all have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
to a YouTube channel near you.